I'm now broadcasting.
Us too.
I got the Twitch notification.
That's good.
I haven't gotten the, there it is.
Hey, there's Tara.
I got the YouTube's notifications too. YouTube's weird. Sometimes it doesn't come up automatically.
Okay. Wow, my inventory is on fire. Okay. Sup. Or soup, as you just said in chat.
Soup.
Soup.
Soupity-doo-dah, soupity-day.
Oh, not Lore Seekers. Wrong account.
Take two.
The logos now, because of the shapes of them, like, I'll accidentally grab the other one, and they're in different spots since I got a new phone and reloaded everything. So it's really weird. Like, earlier today, I almost accidentally tweeted something that was, like, my account from the Lore Seekers account, and I had to go back. I was like, oops.
I've had to do that. I don't like that, like, whenever you click a notification in your notification tray, that it opens to, like, a reply thing, but doesn't show you which account.
Yeah.
And so I've done that a few times and gone to reply, and it's like, oh, that was from our Snugpod account. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to send that from me. It's like,
Well, you saw me doing airline messages in our accidentally.
Yeah, I got another one a day or two later too.
Yeah.
So I think it was somebody else was like jumping in the chat too.
Yeah, it was. They didn't message me back. I've been dealing with it across both accounts. I still have to message them back on my other one.
Yeah, that's fine. Just get it sorted out. Don't worry about it. It's all DMs anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. You don't hurt anything. And who knows, maybe somebody at the airline will start listening to the show. What is this Snug Podcast account about?
Snug Podcast.
Says there a podcast? They'll be like, hey, I can tell people that I helped famous folks today. Like they think that we're important or something.
Hilarious. What am I doing? I'm in Spotify trying to link. This is my brain. Get it together. I was about to link, like, our Spotify page rather than the show. Oh,
hey,
boy.
You need to drink more coffee.
Yeah, I mean, I've been drinking it all day. That's pretty sad.
Then you've drank too much coffee. You need
Perhaps
water.
that's it. Well, I also have that.
Ooh, the Country Music Festival suspends concerts due to severe weather. Don't care.
Yikes.
Country music, bleh.
Hey, now.
Hey, we don't
Not
judge.
all bad.
We
don't judge here.
I'm not a fan of country music. Great musicians. There's some great musicians. I just am not a fan of the way their music goes together.
Mm.
And this coming from a guy that lives just a few hours from Nashville, so, you know.
That's true. I was about to tell you, you're living in the wrong place then.
Yeah. I'm right almost right in the middle of country music city and blues city. Yo, Memphis.
Okay. Tweets are out. All that's done.
Do either of you have Necrom planned to get right away on PlayStation?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
I mean, I haven't ordered it yet, but I usually do.
Okay.
More than likely I will. Let's put it that way.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, my screen. It's blinding me.
Yeah. I guess.
He was still too long. Okay. By the way, the lore that I put in here, we don't necessarily have to do. I just threw it in there because of the Almalexia thing.
Lore.
The lore that's at the bottom.
The lore.
Lore's important.
Lore.
Of course it is. Always for the lore. But, you know. I just saw what you put in bold, Gwen. I love it so much. I forgot that wasn't announced yet.
I am in Snugpod, but in the wrong Snugpod.
You're in your Snugpod.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What did I need to do? What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything. I was looking at the show notes, and what you typed in bold, I said,
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot that that's not, like, widely known yet. Because we've known about it for a hot second, so I, like, kind of forgot.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yep.
Yeah, I had this month planned out, and then I changed my mind. So we're doing Arcana-based things instead.
I love it. It's okay. Oh no. Oh no. There we are. I was like, why do I have notifications in the tray on Snugpod? Like, whisper notifications. And I went and looked and realized it was from... I never watched on the Snugpod account and got the drop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I may or may not have accidentally, like, watched some of our ESO friends one day on my PlayStation, on Al's PlayStation, thinking, because, like, I was on his PlayStation, right?
Yep.
And on my PlayStation, my account was linked at the time. So that means, like, it should be my account on his PlayStation, too, because it's based on account, right? No, it's based on PlayStation. So the Snug Podcast was still attached to the PS4, whereas my Twitch was attached to the PS5, and that was hella confusing.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna let one of these streams play in the background so I can get a drop. And at some point, I was like, oh cool, I'm been in there long enough to get the drop on the wrong account. That drop won't go nowhere. So, oh well. It is what it is.
Indeed.
I probably would have just gotten some potions anyway and been like, cool, go away.
Okie dokie. Wow, is that a mosquito that I killed on my foot? Gross. That's nasty.
Was it a little mosquito or was it a big mosquito? Did you squish a fairy?
Yeah, pretty much. Around here with the way it's been in Florida, yes.
Nick said.
Literally.
I believe in fairies. I believe in fairies.
Wait, am I
They
getting the
will
wrong?
live.
Am I getting the wrong thing from this game? Is Nick sad the little flying things?
Yeah, Nick says
Yes,
with the
yes,
flying
yeah, no,
things
you're
with the
right.
4 wings.
What are the big long
Aw.
leg things called?
I'm just gonna say, can you come stand in the snug pod for 1 minute? Because
I made him a chair. I
titled
just crafted
the
him
show.
a chair.
Bigfoot sighting.
I went out of my way to craft him a
Just
chair. It
come
wasn't that big of a
and
deal.
wave, and then you can go to sleep. He's gonna be like, no. Hysterical. I want to turn the camera towards the thing in case he shows up. I just want to see him come in the door. Just once. Could you all hear my cup just then?
Yes.
Dang it.
I heard ice clinking.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's got ice in it from when I was at the park. Yay!
Yes!
Yes!
We got too excited over that. You gotta be quiet.
Okay. I can't wait. Incredible.
Anyone watching the tree show pre-show, we're just waiting on a former co-host to just pop in case you're wondering what we're doing.
I feel like because if we do title it Bigfoot Sighting for Spotify, we have to leave like a portion of pre-show on the front. Otherwise, it won't make any sense.
Well, we can explain
Well, we
at
can
the
we
end
can we can
of the
acknowledge
show
it, I
something.
guess.
Yeah, we can acknowledge it. So, like, join us for pre-show for weird things like the Bigfoot sighting.
That's true. True.
He doesn't.
For the population to take up to 4.
He doesn't know to travel to your to you and not to your primary though.
Well, I hope he does. He's been looking at our chat.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
He lurks in there. He just doesn't get the notifications unless we tag him.
Yeah, and it's not that too far up from where he was tagged, so.
I mean, I'll say it.
Teleport to one of us?
Oh my gosh, I can't spell.
Yeah, it turns out that other
He has arrived.
Look! There he is! He doesn't look like a Bigfoot.
Sneaking. Sneak. Sneak. I am gonna voice with sneak. Your chair's on the other side, you derp! Sneak.
I love it!
Sneak.
Did I take a
sit in the
screenshot?
chair.
Yes, I
It's
did.
fine.
Aww. He's like, bye. I love it
There's
so
the chair
much.
for you.
Am I taking aggressive screenshots? Yes, I am. Aww.
And this is how the show became a long show.
I know, right? Bye.
and just like that, he was gone from our lives again.
I love it. That was great.
All right.
Fantastic. I should probably go back to the Snugpod channel and actually pay attention.
Well, he's not here, so now we just turn
So
up
now you
the
just
chair upside down,
take
right?
out
That's
the
what you're supposed to do. Yep. Boop.
I love it. The chair's upside down on the end of the table.
Yep.
Alright. Here we go.
Oh.
Aw, that would be great.
Oh, hearts.
So many hearts. And... Aww. I mean, technically, he still hasn't done the other dungeon with us, and I bought it for him, so...
So he's required to.
Yeah. Alright. I didn't check audio levels on the Twitch, but I mean, they've been good the last 2 times that we've pulled from there. So, I'm gonna guess it's just fine. So I'm gonna mute, and whenever you're ready.
Alright. Let me get back to the notes here. There we go. Hello, welcome to A Snugpod Cast. All of Tamriel, come on, stop on by. Because we've already had Bigfoot sightings and everything else. We'll get to that in a moment. But I'm never separate. I'm your host, one of the hosts. I'm also joined with Gwen the Bard. What's up, my friend?
A lot and not a lot. How about you?
Oh, a lot of not ESO related stuff. Um, and not a lot of ESO stuff. So kind of the same, maybe, but very different.
Have you been cheating on Tamriel with other games?
It sounded like it. Did you look at Zone Chat
Sounds
today?
like it.
It's
Something
possible.
about
It's possible.
It's possible. Yes, yes. I've been wanted in Tamriel, so I've had to seek sanctuary. And
You're a sneaky Khajiit. You'll be fine.
yeah. But that other voice you heard over there was Gone Crazy Back Soon. How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy to
Awesome.
be here.
Indeed. Think you had a pretty fun-filled day today, right?
I did. I had a long day today. I was out and about with my kiddo, and we were in that other place, a galaxy far, far away for most of the day. So
Yeah.
it was a packed day.
Am I the only person who stays in Tamriel these days? Sheesh.
I came back.
Well, we have got probably a shorter show today, right? That's what y'all said. We don't have a lot of notes. So probably be able to get through this pretty quick. So if you are happening to join us live, then don't worry, we won't keep you too long. And if you're listening after the fact, don't worry, we won't keep you too long. We also did have a friend stop by. Many of you, if you've been here for long enough, remember our other co-host, Sasquatch. He dropped by for a few moments just to allow us to be graced by his presence and get some pictures of the cast again. And so that's our Bigfoot sighting, in case you're wondering what the title's about. Yeah, that's it. So hopefully one day soon we'll be able to get him back on and catch up a little with him, see what he's been up to, and so something to look forward to perhaps. But for now, let's just go ahead and dive right in. Gwen, you've got, well, you know what? Let's get to yours. Let's get to yours last because you've got a pretty big thing to share. I'll start because I have the least to share. I have had just a lot going on IRL, and so it's kind of made it a little difficult to get in game much. And also, as was stated, I have been venturing outside of Tamriel into a little place called Sanctuary and roguing about there. And so when I've had some time to play outside of jumping on to get my logins and stuff here, that's been where most of my game time has been spent. But you aren't here for that game, so I won't get too far into that. Crazy, what have you been up to?
Wait, I have to ask you though before, what is Sanctuary? Because I don't even know what that is.
Sanctuary is...
It's the Dark Brotherhood. Duh. It's a Dark Brotherhood
The Dark
sanctuary.
Brotherhood Sanctuary. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
It's the world of Diablo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sanctuary is the name of the bigger
Oh, it's okay.
the world.
Okay, so you've been playing Diablo 4.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's been playing Diablo 4. It's okay.
Yeah. It's fun. I've never gotten super into those games. I played Diablo 3 some with friends several years ago, probably before getting into this, really. But I didn't get super far into that. I think I made it into like the second act and just fell off of it. But I do have a coworker that plays, and a few other guild mates I know that play too. So I may try to jump in and play some with them. But yeah, but it's fun,
Cool.
and I may try to stream it a little bit. Just some silly streams. We've talked about doing a a stream guy I work with, and possibly even the Bigfoot guy that was just in here. So, but anyway, yeah, that's
Cool.
what that is. So
Sorry, I just had to ask because I was
No.
like, sanctuary, what's
yeah,
that?
no,
Just
it's,
assume
I
it's
didn't
Dark Brotherhood. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And, you know, and if
Which
you
is
are
weird for our, which is weird for a Khajiit friend, but
yeah.
yeah, well, if
I'm
you're
not gonna judge. I'm
if you're familiar with the world of Diablo, you could probably draw a pretty easy connection to the Dark Brotherhood. Actually, it's pretty dark.
Yeah. What have I been up to? Well, Necrom dropped on PC. I'm not going to get spoilery at all, because I have had Necrom now for a week and I have not touched one main quest point. So part of that is because I typically wait to play the main quest until it drops on console as well. That way I can kind of like go back and forth and not spoil anything for myself. But I did make an Arcanist. It's now almost level 20. I just, you all know me. I'm not an alts person. Like, this is my character that I play all the time, this Nightblade. And I even have a dupe of her basically on PC. And man, that Arcanist class is like, I knew when we played it in Vegas that it was gonna hook me, but man, has it ever hooked me. And I know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be positive that things are gonna be okay, but it's I feel the nerf incoming, because
Did you find your class upgrade?
it is, man, it's great. I ran through the Gorn public dungeon with Minwi Pro on PC, so like I said, no spoilers. That's really the only quest line that I've actually done. But there's some really cool lore and really cool things in there. My Arcanist on PC is named Rora the Lore Seeker, and my son named her and helped me design her. So that was kind of fun to let him do that. And yeah, basically I just get really excited to run around and beam everything, because beam, so fun. On PlayStation, I've been doing a lot of writs and inventory management and just trying to keep up with that stuff, but also I worked 50 plus hours this week. So in reality, most of my game time post the day of Necrom launch has been devoted to RL attempting to survive 50 hours of work. So that's about it. Yeah, that's all I've been up to. What have you been up to, Gwen?
So I've just been doing a lot of Tales of Tribute. Yeah. And then I did try to do some Necrom. I didn't finish it. I tried to finish it. I had 2 days. And I hooked up, I literally rearranged my living room. I moved the couch to the other side of the living room, blocked my desk, my wall of desks, and put up my projector, which I normally only use for events, and I've never used it for just personal use before. And yeah, no, I think I need to use that for personal use more, because let me tell you, Cinematic Apocrypha is great. But I didn't get a chance to actually fully finish it. I am gonna, but I need to. I'm gonna try to. I have no idea how I'm gonna make it work. I don't have a lot left, but I have to, because so I'm good.
Powered through the main quest?
Yeah, I have 2 more points left, but I think I'm gonna go back in and do all the dungeons and stuff first. Now that I have time in between there. Just because after that Blackwood storyline, I'm always a little cautious of not doing all the side things first.
I get that.
That was really great in Blackwood, and I really hope they do it again, and I do not want to skip it. But anyway. Yeah, I guess that's about it.
Cool.
Cool. I feel like there's something missing.
Okay, so that's it for in-game. So the reason why I have to push it to getting it done now is because I'm gonna have 0 downtime from yesterday, this afternoon, whatever, until I go over seas in July, and somehow convinced my sister to go camping out on at a castle with me.
Not just any castle.
Yeah, a castle in like a middle of a lake thing, and it's a really, really cheap entry fee. So I've been warned that it might be a vampiric trap of some sort. But yeah, no, I get to go to the ESO Tavern event, so that's gonna be fun.
Now, if you walk in, and the first thing you see is a rave going on, run, because that's always what happens. The sprinklers come on, blood comes down, the vamps come out and eat everybody. So,
Okay, hear me out though. Real question: would an old castle even have a sprinkler system?
Probably not.
I mean, if the vampires had upgraded it for blood sprinklers, probably.
Because every vampire takes their time to upgrade their current abode with blood sprinklers. Ew.
I mean,
I remember when I went to like the Styrian Armory and stuff, they didn't have a sprinkler system. So yeah. I don't know.
Things got weird. Things just got weird.
I mean, you know, if it could have vampires, it could have sprinklers. I'm just saying.
It's true. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear what your experience is at an actual ESO tavern. We know how amazing Vegas was, so like, yee.
Yeah. The way it sounds, because, you know, like, we're 6. Yeah, because it will be Germany. So we'll be like, in the US, we're like 6 hours behind. You'll be able to basically like hear me gush about it that Sunday after I get back immediately.
That's so awesome.
Because I'll be back at my sister's apartment. She has amazing internet, so that'll be great.
Awesome.
Maybe I can convince her to like gush about it too. Perspective of someone new.
That would be awesome. Or like an outsider.
Yeah. Well, she won't be an outsider. She has agreed to try to play ESO before we go to the event, because I'm going to be going to visit her first. So I'm going to be with her for a week before we go to the event, and then 2 weeks after. So I'm going to be over there for a while, which is why I'm trying to finish all the Necrom stuff now. Which, I mean, I could over there, but if I'm over there, I want to spend time with my sister, you know? So
yeah. And do all the things that you don't do while you're here.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to hear how all that goes.
And so I have officially dyed all the fabric. And now I need to go through and the underdress fabric, at least I need to go through and like stamp, put on the design. I decided to do a stamp instead of custom ordering fabric, so I need to go through and do all the stamps and stuff. But she also agreed to cosplay with me, or she hasn't yet, but she has done it in the past, so I'm pretty sure it won't take much.
That's awesome.
Oh, I have more awesome news. To make it easy to find me at the like castle event, I may have got myself a Lore Seeker shirt, and that totally showed up in the mail today.
Woohoo!
And I already got fabric dye on
Nice.
it. As what happens to all of my shirts that aren't black.
I mean, it's all good. All good.
There we go. I think those are all the updates.
Awesome.
Now we can move on to the real news.
I do have just a quick question regarding the tavern thing. Where did they do that last year?
They did it at Gamescom last year.
Mm-hmm.
So is that it?
Which was also Germany.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't done one actually in the States yet, right?
Yeah, the old ESO taverns used to be at PAX East.
Yeah, I think the last one they did was elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
According to Google News, at least, the last one they did was for elsewhere.
Yeah. They did one for elsewhere in the pub that's across from PAX. And that was the last one that was there outside of Bethesda game. Like, they did Bethesda game days or whatever. And then, because COVID and all that stuff, they, haven't done one since. But they also kind of transitioned to doing the Vegas event and stuff. So, it'll be interesting to see what they do for the 10th, since that's next year. Like, what events change and where things are. So
let me just get through this. Let me just survive this castle encounter first. I'm doing a 2-man dungeon here. It is me and literally one other like Sijic going in, and that's what we got going on.
You're doing the endless dungeon that's coming out in quarter 4.
Yep. I'm doing an endless dungeon.
Nice.
Sweet.
Hopefully it does have an end to it though.
Yeah, please come back. We need you.
Why hasn't Gwen made it back yet? Well, she hadn't died. She's still going.
She has so much regen. She's just still there.
I'll bring a couple soul gems just to be safe.
Yes, please.
Nice.
Amazing.
All right. Well, I guess ESO newsy related type things. It's kind of some smaller stuff, but some cool stuff still. Have y'all looked at those wallpapers? We got some new wallpapers.
Heck
yes.
Yeah. I actually just downloaded one while we were sitting here.
I also recommend when the game comes out, take screenshots. Those make great wallpapers. Everything is gorgeous in that dungeon. In that place.
My gosh. The other night just did nothing but run around and take screen caps.
Of course you did.
And I haven't even been everywhere.
Like, I'm just saying right now, I'm grateful I didn't finish my comic yet, because this has given me better... Actually playing through Apocrypha now has given me better ideas for scenes and editing some things, so that's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
I think of the 3, I think I'm kind of a fan of the that bottom one the most, just because of the, I don't know, it's kind of creepy.
Oh, the Hermie eyes with
yeah.
the reflections in them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, those are cool. So these are sized for,
everything.
I mean, PC backgrounds for sure, right? Okay.
Yeah,
various
PC, tablet.
desktop and mobile device sizes. So,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, if you're looking for some cool ESO Necron related wallpapers for basically any of your devices, go check these out because they're pretty cool.
Next is Crown Store Showcase.
Crown Store.
There's actually some pretty fun stuff in this Crown Store this month. We get another painting for ESO Plus.
And it's a pretty one.
It is. June 29th through August 3rd. Belfoyen. It has this lovely sunset in the background, which, you know, you're going to get a new in-room. You might as well get a new painting for a new in-room. And then there's that wolf you want.
Oh my gosh. Let me just tell you. I am restraining myself from buying crown crates to get crown gems because I'm not close with Seals of Endeavor. And I have the Wild Hunt wolf that's green. So I just really want this blue one because with Necrom, it has the favoriting the mount thing where you can randomize it. And I would love to have those two favorited so that when I hop on my mount, I don't know which one's going to come up and it just changes color because they basically look similar. I don't know. I just think that would be so awesome.
That actually sounds really cool.
That
is a great use of reskins for being in your favor.
Yes, like it looks really good. Like, it's a cute mount. I really like it. It just sucks because it's a lot of crown gems, you know, as they always are, right? When they're like those Apex mounts or whatever. And then the Seals of Endeavor, what sucks is if I had kept up with it, I for sure could have bought it by now. I just used to only get Endeavors from like whatever I was doing on the daily, and if it got them, it got them, and if it didn't, I didn't go out of my way. But now I'm starting to like do it as part of my daily process, like go out of my way to make sure that I cap out the Endeavors. So I hope it sticks around long enough that I can get it one of the two ways. I just really want it really bad.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. And it sucks because I'm trying it on 2 platforms and it hurts. Ouch.
You're crazy.
Well,
I mean, you are, but
we all know that. We know that. The polymorph is really cool too. Like the polymorph version of it looks great. Winterborn Spriggan.
So you can polymorph and ride the mount.
Yeah, you could. That's too rich.
I still wonder what
changed
between Spriggans in the 2nd era and Spriggans in the 4th era.
Technology.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. How do you all feel about this skin, the ebony epidermis?
I absolutely love it. I wish it was earnable, and I don't wish it was earnable just because I want it and I don't want to spend money on it. No. I wish it was earnable because it actually looks really nice, and I would like to use it, but I like having the things I use have meaning.
I get that. I see that. Next thing is fire song motifs. These look cool. The fire song motifs
Is that
from
glowing red or orange? Let me see.
yeah, they're like orange. I don't know that they glow though, or if it's just reflection.
Probably just a reflection from the background.
Yeah, I think it might just be the reflection.
Like, I like the photo, but it doesn't, because of the lighting of everything else, it doesn't really, there's too many questions.
Reflect.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't even think about that, but yes. I do think it's pretty cool that the one helm is like a Khajiit head and the other helm is like an Argonian. Almost. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah, so the Fire Song crafting style is coming out. You can also have those have a chance to drop from volcanic vents in Galen or from the Galen reward coffers as well. So this is like that normal thing where you know how they put the achievement in there to tease you and you can't actually complete the achievement until like the quarter or the chapter after, how they do that with everything for the crafting motifs. This is the one from Galen basically. So it'll become a very, 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 very slim drop chance as well as be purchasable.
But it will have a drop chance.
That's true. There's also the Spear of Bitter Mercy, which is a Hircine weapon. That is a skin for your weapon.
Our Daedric artifact of the month is Hircine.
Correct. There's also the Selene Arms Pack, which if you were one of those people that got that crazy Welwa thing like a month ago or a couple months ago, not that it's necessarily the same Daedric prince, but well, Selene's not a Daedric prince, but Selene kind of mimics that motif a little bit, but on the weapons, so it would look really cool with that mount that people were running around with in game. There's also the Passion Dancer's Arms Pack, which, have we ever had an arms pack that matches a pet like that?
Let the Passion Dancer guide your hand in battle. What?
So, one of Debella's name is the Passion Dancer. Like, that's one of Debella's alternate names. But we have the Passion Dancer skin and the Passion Dancer, like, style. But normally I feel like the names and the motif or whatever don't align as closely as the way that these ones do.
They normally don't, but you know what? I am digging this. Like,
I actually am too.
I think this one, like, I don't personally like it. I mean, I do, but it's not really my style. However, when you look at it, it fits for Debella, because you got the flower on the hilt. It's very, like, gilded. It's delicate. Like, the sword looks like it could be a, like a thorn.
Yeah, it gets, like, narrower at the end.
And
it goes sharper.
The pattern work on the shield is very intricate. It looks like it could be delicate, but it's a shield. It's going to be sturdy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same with the axe. It's very pretty.
Yeah. I actually really like that axe and really, really like that sword. I don't know. June 28th to July 19th. I've got some time to think about it, but yeah, it's they look great. Canarthy's Pride outfit styles, those return as well as the Ebon Steel Knight Arms Pack. Ebon Steel just looks sturdy. It's sturdy.
Looks like it could take a hit.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's sturdy, right?
Yeah.
But those weapons are going to be there, that weapon style. There's also the Dead Keeper crafting motif. So this one is about Necrum's Dead Keepers, and it says, Abbot Ilvel writes of the unified look of Necrum's Dead Keepers. Those seeking their ancestors within our catacombs should know at a glance that one of our keepers is available to assist them. Looks pretty cool. It's like leather and cloth together. That's not very descriptive. Leather and cloth together. Think of it as like it's kind of assassin looking in many ways, but the leather has like a pattern to it almost.
It's like grave robber face covering if you're going to be around dead bodies. Just saying.
It's true.
Safety.
True.
Are you implying there would be a smell?
I mean, more than likely.
Oh.
Well, not necessarily a smell, but potential diseases and stuff that come with dead bodies.
That too. Hey, Khajiit, you disappeared.
Again.
Yeah.
Sneaky Khajiit.
Guess we know which audio we're going to use.
Nah. I mean, whatever works easiest, but... Other... Well, shall I wait? I'll wait.
Wait.
Go ahead. You're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Other things returning to the Crown Store. You've got the Shrike's Nocturnal Frock. This is the, like, really naked costume for Nocturnal. It's very low cut. Pretty much
this
to your
is the
belly
type
button.
of thing where you need, like, the clothing tape in order to wear it, and I don't recommend wearing it in combat.
Correct. There's also the Ancient Sites Explorer. This one looks cool, this outfit. It says, some scholars study the ancient history of Tamriel from libraries and archives, but the more active investigators do their studies in the field, exploring ancient ruins that are often both dirty and deadly dangerous. So again, this is kind of a combination of Alakir meets...
Treasure hunter.
Treasure hunter, yeah.
It actually just does have an Alakir vibe, though, honestly. It's like a rogue Alakir.
Yeah. It's the headpiece. The headpiece. There's also the Renegade Dragon Priest coming back. What is this? It just says Renegade Dragon Priest. Is that a polymorph? What is this? A skin? Costume? It's probably a costume. It's a costume.
It looks like a
That's
costume.
It's under the costumes.
We're under costumes. I should pay attention to that. Also, Jakarn's ensemble is coming back. So you can dress like him to ensure that you never look like you're trying too hard, according to the blurb underneath the costume. That one dies really well, just so everybody knows. DLC's coming out, of course. There's the High Isle DLC. All of that stuff is shifted to there into the Crown Store. And then it talks about event tickets again, because we have another Mayhem coming up, as we all know. Furniture-wise, we've got Malakath Chosen, which is Orsinium-looking thing, and Orc, Stronghold, Rothgar-type furniture. We also have the music box that they've been giving away. Some of the stream team members have been giving away this music box on their new streams for Necrum. And it is the, like, Necrum one. It's got a bunch of Hermaeus Mora eyes, and it looks really, really creepy. And it plays the cryptic Unfathomable Knowledge. We, of course, then have Gwen's favorite furnishing pack, Lord Vivek.
Really?
I'm kidding!
You're right. That scrying pool looks really nice.
Actually, that does look really cool. So their furnishings are inspired by Vivek, the Tribunal, and Morrowind. And actually, I'm digging them. I think they're pretty cool looking.
Like, those couches give off, like, crazy 70s villain lair vibes.
The one is a bed. That one on the right?
70s villain lair vibes.
For sure. That's like Austin Power vibes right there.
Yeah, no, that is what Dr. Evil has in his lair.
For sure. We also have the Aquatic Splendor furnishing pack, which is all the underwater stuff a giant mud crab as well. And the music box Wonders of the Shoals is returning. For houses, we have Forge Master Falls. That's that orc house. It's like an orcish built-in. It has a built-in blacksmithing station.
It has a giant built-in forge. It's really cool,
it's
and it's
so
actually
cool.
like, for as big of a like private island with a built-in forge as it is, it's actually pretty cheap. Cause like normally ones that go for that many crowns, you can also get with in-game gold. So this one, for some reason, you can't, but it's nice.
Yep.
I have a quick question. Going back up to the aquatic splendor pack, it says a mud crab sparring partner. That's not going to be a target to me, is it?
I believe it is.
Huh. Okay. Just curious. I just read that, and that's what stuck out at me. Sounds like
it would look really cool on the beach.
Well, the thing is, let's go back to our houses. So the reason why we have the orc things is because we have the orc house this month, and then we have the reason why we have the aquatic splendor. I'm jumping around, is because we have the under the sea house back again this month, which doesn't really have a beach.
No, but it is so cool.
And then because
Necrom Spire,
we have 2 shiny dark elf things, which apparently Tell Galen likes to pop up more and more these days. This is starting to become a frequent pop-up house. And then the new house.
Yeah, Emissary Enclave. That place is rad.
I haven't seen it yet.
It is rad. The ceilings are awesome. I mean, the last time I saw it was when somebody was previewing it on PTS. So I haven't been in it myself, but I got a message the other day from Peanut that was like, "Oh my gosh, the new house is so amazing. I'm going to buy it."
I liked the new in-room. Like, if it has the same vibes as the new in-room, I liked that. Is probably actually my favorite in-room.
I think it's mine as well. First of all, it's massive. Second of all, it has great lighting, just naturally. And third of all, the ceiling is beautiful. Like, just so good.
I think the only one I might like more is the Elsewhere one, and that's because it just ports you directly to a way shrine, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, house guests. To go along with our fancy houses, we get Narboth, a blacksmith to go with your blacksmith forge, basically. The blacksmith Narboth dedicated her life to her art after fulfilling an oath to Malakath. Now she seeks a worthy patron. After adding Narboth to your home, you can set her on a path. And we already missed her. She was only there until the 8th. We missed her. She's out.
Womp womp. Bye, girl.
But coming up in a few days, or if you're already listening to this pre-posted, he's already there. We get our awesome Jabunlock. No job is too small for this Palmarat resistance fighter. That said, he needs a place to rest before his next efforts against his oppressors. After adding Jabunlock to your home, you can set him on a path, plus you and your visitors can speak with him.
He's the one that I think is carrying the crates in and out of the one city and elsewhere. He's like giant, like huge when he walks by, and he's so cool.
I want him. I want him, I want him, I want him, I want him.
Mount-wise, we can run through these quickly. Black Camel of El Omen. Looks like every camel, just has a different saddle. Evergloam Indrik. An Indrik in the Crown Store. Again. Yeah. It might not be there by the time this show posts, but looks pretty cool. It's a nocturnal Indrik, basically. Kinbound Sench Panther. So this has ties to the Dremora. Looks pretty cool. It almost looks like a Dalmatian panther. It's kind of weird. And then
panther.
They've added the 2-seater Dwarven Spider mount.
Need a mount that won't eat you out of house and home? For 2? Well, this Argan Dwarven Spider mount can manage both, and don't worry about it losing its shine. It'll gleam until the end of times. Dev Barth, the stable master. That sounded like a used car salesman. Sheesh.
These double mounts are great for Cyrodiil.
Now we just need to be able to let, like, the person on the back be able to, like, shoot at things while we're driving around.
Awesome.
Because with all of the awesome, like, speed boosts and stuff, have wood elves drive them. Hear me out. Have all the wood elves drive them, and then just have your, like, super cool DPS sit on the back and kill people.
That would be cool.
If we get mounted combat, that would be pretty sweet.
That would be wild. I don't even know that. I don't even know how they would handle Cyrodiil. It would be wild.
It would. That would, that could actually end up being an argument for pay to win, though, if they don't have some way of earning one of these mounts in game somehow. Because if you can have all of those boosts and do combat from your mount, then would give you a bit of an advantage over people who don't have access to that. Potentially.
Got it. So the next chapter, you'll be able to get one through Antiquities.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
And the Dwarven one would have been a good one to do that way. Just, would make sense. You find the pieces and put together a robot, basically.
Yeah. They've been working their way through the customized actions. The one that's out there right now is mining as a druid, basically. Druid stone mining. Pretty cool. It's available for forever, I guess it looks like. It just doesn't have an end date. It just says, will it be available starting June 8th? Pet-wise...
And then pets.
Yep, scary Durzog.
It's so cute. It's this little green thing with the chompy chomp jaws. It looks like a naked mole rat.
It actually does look like a naked mole rat. That's creepy.
Yep. Now talking about creepy, you get your Balfoy and Nick sound. Those things are creepy. They just twitch weird.
They have mosquito
and then
faces.
The worst pet ever. I have no idea why you would want this. Bitter Coast Cliff Strider.
I'm kidding.
This would be the perfect.
Then if you need a...
That would be the perfect thing, that if you could go into somebody's house and place items and then path them, where as soon as you went into your primary, you just get attacked by that thing.
Like and all of a sudden...
That is how we get a skinned Khajiit.
You're going to get replaced with that Pomar rot that we saw earlier.
So if you need a new best boy, there is going to be an Imperial War Mastiff. And those are all of our pets.
Yep.
Mastiffs are the most common breed used by the Imperial Legions as battle dogs. The Imperial War Mastiff, in particular, is the mascot and symbol of the storied 2nd Legion, headquartered in peacetime in the vicinity of Bruma. It's a Bruma pupper.
Bruma dog. Bruma dog. That's it. We did the crown store. I mean, the only thing left is basically finish Necrom, be able to buy your sky shards.
Yep.
Speaking of Necrom, stream team. Pretty cool. We got new stream team members. Have you had a chance to look at that list at all, Never? Or like see who's on it? Anybody you watch frequently?
I just kind of glanced at the article. Let me see. Should it be somebody that or is there somebody specific I'm looking for here?
Well, Avron's on there now.
Okay.
Hooray!
Yeah, I see a bunch of names that I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah.
this isn't announcing the new stream team members. This is saying who's streaming what for the streams for the Necrom launch.
Well, yeah, I know. But still, there's new people on there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there should be new names in here somewhere.
Yeah.
We're just so used to seeing those names because everyone who got it totally deserved it that we can't tell the difference.
That's very true. Sorry, I had a big yawn happening and I did not want to do it into the mic.
You didn't want to sound like this?
No, I sure didn't. I sure did not. Yeah, you're right. I didn't realize that this wasn't the one that announced them. I kept thinking this was the announcement one, but this
is talking about all of the streams for the PC launch week for Necrom, which will be over by the time this article comes out.
Yeah, that's
By
true.
the
Because
time
actually,
yeah.
actually, it was over today.
Yes.
Bummer. But anyway, you could have watched because they were giving things away.
You could have. I
You,
didn't. I
you
just
could have.
was like, I love you, friends. I'm sorry, but I don't want any spoilers until I'm done with this thing. I don't care if I don't get shinies.
A lot of
That's
these will
fair.
still be up if people want to go back and watch them, though, right?
Yeah. Definitely check out the full list on the website because if we sat here and read you all the names, you'd be like, whoa, and not remember any of them.
All of a
But
sudden, that doubled our showtime.
yeah, right. But basically, the first week was exploring the Telvanni Peninsula and Apocrypha. Or not first week, the first day. The second day and third day were Arcanist builds and strategy. And then the fourth and fifth day were group content, so Sanity's Edge and Bastion Mimics. And then sixth and seventh days were hunting, achievements, and collectibles. So, pretty cool how they divided everything up to kind of focus on what different people might like overall in the game. Because, not everybody plays the same. Some people don't do endgame content or don't do some of this other stuff. So, it was great that they were able to put it in there for them. And that's
Once
it.
again, that stresses that how ESO is such a vast game that there's basically games within the games, and you can choose what you want to do in it.
So true.
Speaking of games within games,
Yeah.
next article is something that I think Gwen's probably pretty interested in, right?
Tales of Tribute. Devs talk all about Necrom's all-new Amalexia patron and deck, aka the deck that sends you to the Shadow Realm. Seriously. Anyway, get the inside scoop on the design and mechanics of Tales of Tribute's all-new patron and deck with this developer Q&A. With the launch of the Necrom chapter, now live on PC and arriving on June 20th to consoles, Tales of Tribute is getting an all-new patron and deck, Almalexia. We reached out to two of the senior systems designers behind this addition to Tamriel's favorite card game, Irino Como-hyung and John Carlson. I am so sorry if I butchered those, to ask them some questions about its design and mechanics. Thank you both for sitting down with us to discuss Tales of Tribute. Firstly, can you tell us about the new features and mechanics being introduced in this new patron and deck? So, we have 3.5 new mechanics. 3.5? What? Okay, new mechanics that we're introducing with Necrom.
What is a half mechanic? Sorry.
We'll find out.
Okay.
The first and flashiest is Confine. This is found on Amalexia's agents and allows you to take any card in your opponent's cooldown and hold it hostage until that agent is removed from play. That's what I mean by being banished to the Shadow Realm. Irino, the second mechanic, is Donate. This allows you to discard less useful cards from your hand in exchange for potentially drawing a better one. Gambling. The third mechanic is Almalexia herself. Her patron ability, Reprieve, allows you to look at the top few cards of your opponent's deck and place up to one in their cooldown. The more this patron favors you, the deeper into the deck you get to look, but the ability cost rises as well. This pairs nicely with Confine agents, and we're looking forward to the ways players use this to their advantage. Our final new mechanic being introduced in this update is actually a modification to one we started with back in High Isle. Hand Refresh allows players to pick up any card from their cooldown pile and place it into their hand. What were your goals when designing this new deck and patron? The original goal was to come up with a deck for players frustrated with their opponent getting a really good card in the first few turns and feeling like they could never catch back up. It can feel pretty rotten when your opponent suddenly picks up a powerful card and there seems like there is little counterplay. We wanted to offer fresh new ways to get back into the game. There we go. What sort of experience should a player expect while playing cards from this deck? I would say Almalexia is much more in a control space. Yeah, that's what I thought, control deck. Compared to how the Rajin deck chips away at an opponent to buy time, Almalexia is much more surgical in delaying specific cards or combos. Her gameplay is laden with the potential to pull off amazing combos, but also has the potential to fail if you make the wrong call at the wrong time. Her abilities help slow down your enemy while speeding up your play. What would you say Almalexia's strongest and most difficult are Almalexia's strongest and most difficult matchups? Amusingly, Rajam both pairs well and helps counter Almalexia's power by breaking up the combos needed to trigger her donate and confine mechanics. Yes, on the other hand, the Red Eagle power cards consistently KO your agents, and destroy means there will be fewer opportunities to confine cards to begin with. Aside from Rajin, are there any other synergies that you expect to see when players start playing Almalexia cards? Honestly, I'm looking forward to players discovering synergies we don't anticipate. Almalexia is very flexible and able to enhance numerous other decks. For example, Donate can play nice with the Duke of Crows for an even more accelerated playstyle. Players can lean into Confine by protecting their agents with Taunt from the Pelin deck, or drawing the perfect top deck with Draw Refresh in the Nessie Hunting deck. Almalexia can pair into all but the most aggressive of strategies. What lessons did you take from previous patrons that you applied during the development of Almalexia? Ultimately, each deck players pick for a game of Tribute only contributes 1/5 of the total cards seen in game. Previously, with Druid King, we wanted to give players a consistent way to see more cards in the tavern during a gameplay. With Almalexia, we felt players needed more interaction with the cards their opponent purchased so they can tip the scales of randomness in their favor. When making a new deck, we aim to add new opportunities for play and counterplay with your opponent. Between the patron power and her confine mechanics, Almalexia has more direct way of mucking with your opponent since the base mechanics introduced with the launch of Tribute. Thank you to both John and Irena for taking time to discuss the newest Tales of Tribute update. You can gather pieces of the all-new Almalexia set by playing through the latest content introduced in the Necrom chapter. So if you want to make sure you have access to the latest cards in Patron, it's time you head to the Telvanni Peninsula. Are you excited to try out the Almalexia in your Tales of Tribute matches? Let us know. And yeah, no, let us know too, because also even if you don't get Necrom, but you do play Tales of Tribute, you do have a chance of playing against it, because if your opponent plays Almalexia, it is a deck that you will see pop up. It is something you could still play against, even if you yourself don't have Necrom.
Yeah, some of those new mechanics do sound pretty cool. The ability.
Yeah, they do. What did you think? As someone who hasn't, or either of you, have you played against it yet? Katie?
No, I've literally not played Tot at all. I'm so bad at finding time to do it, but I really want to learn it. It's just
you're fine. I was just curious. So as right, that brings me to the main question here is two people who actually don't play a lot of Tribute, did you get anything out of that article?
Yes and no. So because I don't know, I know the names of the decks and I know how certain things are, certain mechanics are that the decks do, but without seeing them in action, no, not really. To be honest. I mean,
go ahead.
I was gonna say it does. A lot of the stuff did make sense in talking about how it can delay cards or combos or things like that, slowing down the play style. So I do see that, but yeah, not really, just because I don't understand the mechanics of everything,
Being somebody that casually enjoys deck building games, I do like finding fun synergies to play around with, and just that's what I was saying with when they start off talking about using confine and then the uh, the patron ability to see the top cards of the opponent's deck and being able to, confine cards and pairing those two things together, and then some of the other ways you might pair that with abilities in other decks. Um, it's definitely interesting to see some of the combinations of things that they're doing. I haven't spent enough time playing to really see a lot of that stuff in action. I don't fully understand how all the mechanics of the game work either. I think I only have you get two starter decks, right? And then I think
Four.
I got
You get 4 starter decks.
okay, um, and then I got the one from the first part of High Isle, I believe. It's the only ones that I've gotten. So, but yeah, I think this sounds like it'd be a fun deck to play around with if you took the time to get to know how to use it. Control decks can be fun, and being able to just annoy people is kind of a fun way to play without.
Got it. So you favor Rajin decks. Okay. I know you don't have that deck yet, but
I don't.
if you had the option to play with it, you would probably favor that.
Is that the one that? What is that? Is that the one that keeps putting cards in people's hands that are useless?
Yep. Not counting Almalexia, if you like control, you would like doing Rajin, and you would like the Red Eagle King, or the Red Eagle.
So how many decks do we have now total?
8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Game within a game. That's they're adding a lot to something that's not even part of the main game. Just seeing that side of it continue to grow like it is. I don't know what portion of the community plays Tales, but I'm assuming that it's at least a decent number that they're still investing into it like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of the one thing I do consistently in ESO anymore. Because until Tales of Tribute came out, I was just going to start doing random dungeons every day. Random normals, just to, like, pass the time when I needed to. But, then we got Tales of Tribute.
And now you do that instead.
And now I do that instead.
Well, there you go. Speaking of Tales of Tribute, we talked about doing it like a while back, and we never actually did it because we had other lore that kind of took precedent. But tonight, we grabbed from the previous one that we never read, a lore piece called The Secret Origins of Tribute. Pretty cool. Do you want to read it? Or Ninetail Fox? Sorry. Ninetail Fox just came into the chat and says, Twitch lies, I was following you. Thank you very much. Welcome, Ninetail. Thanks for being here. But yeah.
Welcome. We're just about to have a lore reading.
That's right, we are. Would you like me to read it, or shall you read it, Gwen? What would you like?
I'll read it. I seem to be on a reading spree today. Or never. Do you want to read it?
That's what I was going to say. Does anybody...
No, that's okay. I'm having a little trouble with an allergy or something. So, go ahead.
All right. The Secret Origins of Tribute by Mernell Dufort, Game Scholar. The outlined history and manufacturing of a popular card game. Few deny that we live in an age of perils. As Molag balls, chains fall from the sky, it can be difficult to find relief in simple pleasures. But simple pleasures are exactly what we need. Enter Tales of Tribute. I thought little of the game when it first made the scene in Gonfallen Bay, but now, as it spreads to the mainland, one cannot help but take notice. Sadly, we know very little about the game's origins. I set out in search of the truth. What I found only prompted more questions. Allow me to share what little I know. Practically everyone who plays Tales of Tribute refers to themselves as being a royster now, but in the beginning, only the game's creators comprised the Roysters Club. This original fellowship was quite small, perhaps only a few dozen people. These original members, the designers of the game itself, now refer to themselves as founders. Founders take great pains to retain their anonymity. For what purpose, I cannot say. From what I ascertain, the founders are mostly scholars, artisans, and explorers, gathering the tales, songs, and traditions of Tamriel to create this enormously popular game. The mechanics of the game itself borrow heavily from an array of playing card traditions. The hexagonal card shape derives from Palatine fortune-telling decks, and the arrangement of the symbols comes from an ancient Yokudun card game still played in Hammerfell. But Tales of Tribute is far more than the sum of its parts. The decks find a unified aesthetic in the framing of the cards and the card backs. These elements feature vaguely Brittonic motifs, incorporating the winged crown that gives each card a shared identity. While the card's aesthetics come from all over the continent, the actual manufacturing takes place here in Gunfallen Bay. Printers and painters render the cards primarily in pasteboard, given the material's durability and ubiquity here in the Sisters Archipelago. Artists use a variety of tints and pigments from all over Tamriel. Numeric information appears in squid ink, a detail that helps tell authentic cards from forgeries. Roysters presses work day and night producing more cards, and new decks appear regularly. Of course, there is more to a tribute deck than the cards. I speak, of course, of the patron tokens. Roysters Club stonecutters, scrimshaw artists, and jewelers originally crafted the namesake's token from larimar, a milky blue precious stone mined exclusively in the Sisters. Worker ivory tokens have become more popular in recent months, particularly in northern Tamriel. But given the high cost of those materials, the club also began selling cheaper gaming sets with patrons carved from limestone, sandstone, or even hammered out of iron. Despite their secrecy, the founders continue to toil over the game, sponsoring game chapters, organizing tournaments, and issuing rewards for excellent play. Perhaps in the fullness of time, some of these visionaries will reveal themselves to the public and receive their due acclaim. But for now, all we can do is take the cards they give us and enjoy the game. That was a good choice for lore, especially for tonight with the new deck.
It's actually a really fun insight into what they probably looked at to determine how things were shaped and what kind of background and whatnot they wanted for the cards. Because you do see evidence of games, like tabletop games and things, in Elder Scrolls and in Elder Scrolls Online before we got Tribute. It's just that once we got Tribute, now it's much more what I'll call like forward-facing, right? It's much more in your face. And
it's one of the games we can actually play.
Yeah. And plus, they have the game tables and stuff that you can get or earn or buy or whatever. So, it's pretty cool. And I even like that they went as far as to, tell you what certain things were actually made out of. Like the Larimar. If you click on that, it's an actual piece that takes you to tell you what it is. And you can see that it's referred to as Sea Stone by merchants in Daggerfall. It's very precious and exclusive to the Sisters, and some people compare its color to that of the Topal Sea. So it's pretty cool that they've gone that far, you know what I'm saying? I love that. Apparently, Larimar is also one of the things that was used by the Druids to create the beloved Oakensoul ring. So that's what the gems are that are engraved with the Druidic runes and symbolized by the Eldertide is Larimar gems. Pretty cool.
Learning new things.
That's right.
We're going to have to link that in the show notes so people can go on their own little UESP wiki rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm reading through that. I'm like, ooh, let's click. Nope, we're reading. Ooh, no, I'm reading. But I must know. I'll know after the show.
I need to know. So there you go. Yeah, that's a pretty fun little reading there. It's not super long, but it's nice and concise, and gives you a lot of information in a short passage, so it's pretty cool.
Agreed. Now on to, because what is it? Today's the next
Today's
week.
the 12th.
Whatever.
For me.
It is the 12th for me now too.
It's the 12th for you now too.
But anyway, when the show actually comes out and stuff, we got to think of all that. But anyway, next week, we'll just say next week. This week, next week, we're a week out to Necrom on consoles. So, for Operation End Murder Hobos, as I am hoping to keep this segment of our show because we need to end murder hobos and your characters need backstories. So as console launch creeps closer and we come up with Arcanist backstories, remember, your characters arrive in Tamriel as level 1, 3, or maybe even 5. Why? Did they just get a call to adventure? Were they off somewhere in some scholarly area? Were they a part of the Mages Guild? Were they in Artaeum? Were they in Ivea? Were they just looking around in a used bookstore and all of a sudden got their tome and decided see ya to whatever farm life or whatever thing they were doing beforehand and ended up starting a thing of adventure? Or were they summoned back to Nirn on some important mission, but having to give up or lost all of their power on arrival? Now, if you are not making an Arcanist, this is also a good time to look at your character's origins and how they line up with your leveling. That's what we have for Operation Murder Hobos.
There's some good stuff in that one. Especially because of that Lore Masters archive that we read that tells you about how the tomes kind of choose you. It'll be a good time to see if there's people that respond and like what their tomes, like what brings them there, I guess. So
Exactly. Because I don't know if you guys do a bunch of D&D, but I'm around a lot of people who like D&D, like coming up with their characters, and you know what? A lot of people like being gods. They want to be that overpowered person. They want to be this overpowered thing that comes in and knows all the stuff and kicks everything's butt right off the bat. You don't get to do that when you're starting a game. But if for some reason in your backstory you were that thing, and you had to have a reason to why you are where you're starting now, you can do that. But you gotta think of your reason. So think of your reason. Or you can just start from simple means and gain your power. But it gives you something to think about in this next upcoming week from while you're designing your Arcanist. Or, if you've never thought about it, on how was your character when they first entered Nirn?
And how does this how do you explain your excess power from the CP that carried over from your previous character?
That is actually a good point. That is a good point.
I make those occasionally.
That is another thing to think about.
I only have a few skill points to work with, but somehow I can gather things really quickly.
Yeah, because if you are starting an Arcanist still on your same server, because I'm crazy, and I'm not crazy, I'm Gwen, but I can be crazy.
I'm crazy.
I play on multiple servers and don't always immediately have all that extra backup CP. But Never's right. Our Khajiit had a smart point. How would you explain all of your little extra CP boosts when you start? Do you apply those when you start? Or do you wait until you actually reach CP to use those? I know I generally, when I make a new character, I wait until I am CP before I add the CP. But you could add those at start, and that could add another bit of backstory to your new character.
Nope. Full CP, full beam. Mow them down.
And there's the crazy. Alright.
I know.
Alright, you guys get announcements and the other things. I just read like 3 articles.
Yeah, I know, and no, I wasn't expecting you to do that, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, I got caught
Uh,
by a snifle that I was like trying to not like sneeze into the mic, and I had to go deal with that. I was afraid
I
if I was
got
trying to read
hungry.
something, it would just be like, blah blah blah. Yeah, so at you.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was 3 things I liked. I was excited. So,
I
but now I
love
need
it.
to drink something after all that talking.
Yes. Okay. Guild announcements. Guild announcements. You want to do it, Never?
Sure. I can take some of these. So we've got kind of the normal stuff that we have every week. No real changes, but Mondays with Moki. Moki is OP. Gwen and I discovered earlier. She in our PlayStation uh, PlayStation guild is the second highest CP in the guild.
Not that it's a competition,
Dang!
but Moki is OP.
1900 and something, was it 1944 or something like that? Yeah,
Tell us your
Heard that
secrets
was
of
a
quick
good
leveling,
year.
please.
But anyway, if you want to hang out with Monkey and learn the OP ways, you could do so by fishing and roaming about in Cyrodiil or possibly some other things on Mondays. And Tuesdays is our dungeon day. We call that Treacherous Tuesday. If you want to jump in, do some lore runs or some speed runs, or try to avoid the runs altogether. You can go in and farm gear, whatever you want to do. Grab some guildies and pick a dungeon and go tackle achievements, all that good stuff. And then lastly, we have Fearless Friday with Arthuria Dragoon, and that is the Undaunted event. Undaunted. Undaunted.
Undaunted.
We
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 are
are
undaunted.
are
undaunted.
undaunted.
Yeah. So you can come hang out and do that. I don't think I hit the times. Tuesday doesn't really have a time. Monday
Nope.
is 8 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Same
and
with
same with
Friday.
Fridays. Yeah. So come hang out and just have some fun. Uh, if you're free in those times and want to do that, then you have a place to be. So be there. Um, and if you're not part of the guild, want to come do that kind of stuff, we'll tell you about how to do that shortly. But as far as how you can find us, where are we at?
We are on Twitter at SnugPodcast. We are also in your email at snugpodcast Woo. And then, of course, we're streaming right here from the Cozy Snug Pod on Twitch, twitch.tv/SnugPodcast, and then YouTube as well. So you can always search for Snug Podcast over there. Yeah. If you would like to join the guild, there's a couple different ways to do it. If you don't have Discord initially, you can go through loreseekers.club and you'll be able to find links to all of our communities there for the Lore Seekers, as well as the old stuff from Jibs and Cash on the Lore Seekers show that they did back then. So that has links to everything there. Or if you already have Discord, you can join us at discord.gg/LoreSeekersESO as our custom link. From there, you just go to the Apply to Guild channel. It's a quick application process. Fill it out, send it our way, and as long as you pass what we lovingly call our douchebag filter, then that's what Cash used to call it, then you're in. And yeah, we just, got to keep our home safe from trolls, basically.
Yeah, basically just be a decent person. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, be a good human.
Yep. Be good peeps.
Yep. So, yeah, do that. Come join our family. There's lore seekers across multiple platforms and multiple time zones, communities, and all around the world. So we would love to have you.
Yep. And if you have ideas for different events that you would like to see us do, or perhaps even that you would like to lead, you can reach out to us through the means that we said earlier, or if you're in Discord with us, you can do that. And you can let us know about any ideas you have for that kind of stuff, and we'll see what we can do about getting those kind of things worked out to where you can host events or yeah, find some people to do like-minded activities and such. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap us up for the week, and won't be too much longer. And everybody's going to be playing with the new fancy chapter and getting to go dive into crazy places with spooky eyes and all that good stuff. So, um, before long, we'll be talking about all of that and look forward to that. But for now, hope you all have a good week, and we will catch you next time. Be good to each other, be good to yourself, and take care.
Hi.
Sleep well, Tamriel.